2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Kings out in Sacramento. And guys, for the Kings, 2 games into the season series against this team, they're tied at a game apiece, looking to grab the edge tonight. And Kemba Walker, a leader for this team, a catalyst. Kenny, talk about what he brings to the table.
Winning. You know, we saw that at Connecticut where he led his team to the national championship, and he's fearless in the big moment.
And you like his work ethic. He's gotten better every year, a leader by example, Ernie.
And that'll wrap it up. We take you courtside. Thanks for joining us.
Don't you mean tape it up?
You tape it up.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Hawks. And that result, guys, was a real shocker. It was just about as complete a dominant performance as we've seen them.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
You're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
Well, we've got great front courts in this matchup. Since you played, both forward positions have evolved and become a little bit different.
You ever think, Kevin, about some of the great players in the 80s and 90s that had the skill set to do some of the things that we're asking of today's players?
Good point.
That might have been great. And I'm thinking like guys like Detlef Schrempf that were out there and doing things where people said, how's a 6'11" guy getting away with that? Well, now every 6'11" guy is getting away with those skills.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns is out there with Whiteside. Then there's Easy Breezy. Then there's Doncic, and it's Walker in at the 1.
Now, hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo is no easy matchup down low in the paint.
The Kings shooting their first free throws here for the night. At the line number 2. And he makes the first.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Pass to Easy Breezy. He kicks it to Towns, and the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Sacramento on defense, and the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That is his first foul of the game. Minnesota with the ball. Poked away. Pass to Whiteside. 6 on the shot clock. And Walker kicks to Doncic. Hits the three-point bomb. Doncic has got his first 3 points of the game.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile three-level scorer.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Now the pass to Doncic. Now Towns. He's covered by Murray. Lets it go from 14. Good. He hits the jump shot.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
And I'm loving the recognition, right? He simply takes what the defense allows. That's a smart move.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Bagley with the ball. Working on Walker. Bagley, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 3. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
Yeah, it was very poor, their performance on the glass. And it wasn't the only reason they got blown out as badly as they did, but it was the biggest reason.
Now, here's Doncic following the miss by Jokic. Doncic dishes to Towns, and he banks in the layup. Towns has got his second basket.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Bagley the pass to Antetokounmpo. Walker against Young. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Kicks it to Walker. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Towns. A beautiful reverse layup. Towns has got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Kings trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Bagley. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Offensive rebound. No good with the layup. The Kings have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Young's shot is off.
Now that's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
Hey, Brent, the season winding down and teams are looking at playoff swatting. Have you ever, though, been a part of a team that suffered a late season collapse?
I don't think the teams that I was on, Kevin, and fortunate to be on, that had expectations to go deep into the playoffs or maybe eventually participate in the finals ever had that kind of breakdown. But in Seattle in 2003, a team led by Gary Payton, I know we had an opportunity to get in, to sneak in maybe to the 8th slot. We struggled with inconsistency all year long. I don't know how big the meltdown was, but disappointing for that talented of a team to not have an opportunity to participate in the postseason.
I'm sure. And Towns drops them both.
We talk so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
some stats for Towns. The past month has been surreal. He's right around 17 points a night, 10 rebounds, and 2 doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Young finds Jokic to stop the run, and the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Jokic high post. Shot clock at 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. Drains it from 17 feet out. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Fred Hoiberg gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. This is a team that loves to run, and he really wants to see them do what they love. So transition ball should be the order of the day, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Pass to Bagley. He kicks to Young. Murray surveying the D. Bagley, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jokic kicks to Bagley. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Pass to Jokic. And Whiteside sends it back. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Murray. Here's Easy Breezy. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Jokic passes to Murray. Kicks it to Bagley. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Antetokounmpo finds Young. Now Bagley. Here's Jokic. Sacramento again missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Pass to Walker. To the paint. And the dunk by Towns.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Timeout called by the Kings. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things. Rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Here's Easy Breezy. Sacramento making their last shot. The rebound by Young.
Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
Middleton can't get it to go. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 20-6 run. Took him no time at all on that one. Easy breezy's got his first basket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Antetokounmpo against Whiteside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. 6th in rebounding, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. And the first one drops. All free throws good from Antetokounmpo. And the Timberwolves with possession here. A 12-point game. Right side Towns. Sacramento grabs the miss. Hield outside. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Young outside. Middleton can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 12. To the inside. Whiteside unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Young taking his time here. Pass to Bull. Now here's Hield. Defense is right there. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Okogie offline with his 3. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Sacramento Kings. Down by 12. Easy breezy passes to Doncic. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now here's Middleton in the game against Chicago. Very impressive. Feeds to Doncic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Doncic. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Now, here's Jokic. He had 15 points last outing. Minnesota making some changes. Saric comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Walker subbed in for Doncic. Jokic passes to Bull. Murray outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Walker. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Screen.
Pass to Bogdanovich. The 10-footer. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Timberwolves lead by 18. Murray dishes to Hield. Back to Murray. Shoots over Walker. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
That's not a chance that Jokic is going to mess up. He's too good around the rim.
Timberwolves leading by 16. And Walker kicks to Saric. Here's Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Sacramento's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Pass to Hield. Brown against Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Bounce pass Middleton. The Kings shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
Well, the 6'10" Serbian Jokic is doing a little bit of everything. A decent scorer, a determined rebounder, and of course, an elite passer.
5 on the clock. Now off the inbound. Ready by Bogdanovich.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you could credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Over Brown. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Minnesota on top, up 19. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day, never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Between all 5 guys, you see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got B. Chris Middleton is out there with Bagley. Then there's Murray. And it's Hield in at the 2. And it's the Kings with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. Bull the pass to Murray. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Murray's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, buttery right there. A knockdown shooter from that area. Murray taking advantage of that opportunity.
Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Murray. Here's the floater. It's deflected. On the top of the key, that's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
The good old catch-and-shoot jumper there. Murray quickly getting these shots up and over the defense.
Doncic passes to Bates Diop. And And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Murray kicks to Bagley. Hield outside. And there's the pass to Middleton. Dishes to Bagley. Here's Bull. Saric grabs the board. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Bates Diop gets it to go. Here's Murray. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
Now, here's Bagley. Poke loose. Here's Saric. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bulls got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hield. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. Passes it to Bagley. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Hield. And the shot falls short this time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside. And even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Kings in second. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
And both teams have done a nice job of converting mistakes into fast break hoops. I mean, that is critical.
Murray outside. Sacramento moving it around. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Doncic. Lays it in off the breakaway. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Now here's Murray. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting for Sacramento, Jamal Murray. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first.
There's a lot of potential left in the tank for Jamal Murray. He's able to play both guard spots, but it's that sweet jump shot that has his teammates and the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is.
The Kings making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And so Murray nails both of them. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 10-2 run here. Now here's Towns. He's got 10. He kicks it to Whiteside. Fade away. 6 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. And the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, some of the best centers in the league understand every aspect of the offense and where shots are coming from. And Whiteside positioned himself well for that one.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Pass to Antetokounmpo. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. Towns finds Walker. Here's Easy Breezy. Outside, Walker. To the middle. Here's Bogdanovich. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bagley. Young is subbed in for Jamal Murray. Young passes to Bull. Middleton outside. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Count it.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Outside, Walker. The three-pointer, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
Well, when Giannis has room to run, he is fun to watch. They get out in transition there.
Walker the pass to Easy Breezy. Kicks to Whiteside. Outside, Walker. Back to Whiteside. Towns down low. Easy Breezy passes to Whiteside. Inside. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Easy Breezy's got his second bucket of the night.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded closely. It's good.
I can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more. Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
Young passes to Bull. Middleton outside. He kicks to Young. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. To the inside. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. He has 6.
Now Bogdanovich focused on scoring on the inside, and when he gets close to the basket, looked like he was hungry to get 2.
Middleton against Whiteside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Towns with the defensive effort.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Walker against Young. And Walker kicks to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple. The Kings shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. They kick out to Hield. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And you love how Hield is always ready with his feet set. Once the ball hits his hands, it's off.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And here's Jokic. Kemba Walker hitting his 3 to go. Antetokounmpo against Whiteside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with the length of Antetokounmpo. I mean, his name is long enough, and then you look at the body.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Now the feed to Whiteside. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 8 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, even with the contest, Whiteside's going right through you. That's how strong he is.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Walker against Young. Towns down low. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
Shot.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Now, here is Young. A 20-point game for him in the win against Chicago. Murray outside. 5 on the clock. That one bounces around and comes back out.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Walker the pass to Doncic. Towns with it. He's covered by Murray. Towns dishes to Whiteside. Over Bagley. Whiteside, no good. Kings shooting 47% in the second quarter. And Young kicks to Antetokounmpo. Jokic passes to Antetokounmpo. Outside for Murray. Shoots over Doncic. Murray, good. Murray's got 8.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now here's Walker. A 20-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Now Murray, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Doncic kicks to Walker. The pass to Easy Breezy. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Lets it go from deep. Bagley with the rebound. And for Sacramento, they're shooting just 31% in the game. Young finds Jokic. And here is Murray. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 20 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, that was delicate there from Giannis. I like that floater because that becomes unblockable given the massive length.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
I mean, yeah, we had some great days of practice. You know, this is what happens when you got some days off.
Got the spring in your step again. Thanks, Karl Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we knew Big Cat had all the tools to be a star. And now we're seeing the maturity. It's sometimes hard for one-and-dones to come in and be consistent from possession to possession. But now that he's had some time under his belt, he's able to maintain his focus and play up to his potential over long stretches. I love that about him, Ernie.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. If they're serious about cutting into this deficit, it's gut check time. Ugh, you hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh, you got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh, gut check time, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
A nighttime glimpse of the Tower Bridge, one of the landmarks here in San. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, easy breezy out there with Whiteside. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And there's Kemba Walker.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Buries it from three-point range.
You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
To the middle, here's Jokic again, Sacramento.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Walker the pass to Towns. Here's the floater. Sacramento grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand. Here's Young. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The dish now to Walker. Okogie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And Young kicks to Jokic. Back to Young. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Passes to Towns. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jokic.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now, here's Bagley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the rejection by Towns.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Walker against Young. Pass to Bagley. There's the pass to Jokic. Nailed from three-point land. Jokic has got 10.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Towns against Jokic. Towns down low. Good defense by Jokic.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Murray, no good.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
Easy breezy passes to Towns. Young against Walker. Back to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 5 assists in the game. And so Young will bring it up for Sacramento. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Karl-Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. Take a look at the Kings. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. Of course, there's the Timberwolves, a couple spots below.
And I think for Sacramento, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
The only people whose minds have changed are the people who said they were going to have a down year. There is no one left saying that.
Here's Towns. The Kings getting the bucket. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Now here's Whiteside. 8 points for him. Feeds to Towns. Over Jokic, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists now in the game. Down low, here's Bagley. Sacramento moving it around. Murray outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Young, and again it's Sacramento converting.
Adept mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Passes it to Easy Breezy. And here's Whiteside. Antetokounmpo defending. Whiteside kicks to Towns. Over Jokic. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Back to Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Walker the pass to Easy Breezy. Outside, Walker. Back to Whiteside. Ball's knocked loose, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. Fifth best, the Kings.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Minnesota calls timeout. Some changes for Sacramento. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bagley, and Hield subbed in for Young. Here's Saric. Another miss by Minnesota.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Now Middleton, after the missed three from Dario Saric. 6 to shoot. Here's Jokic. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Jokic has got 9 points in the second half. On kicks to Doncic. The drive by Jokic. And that one, good. Jokic has got 11 points in the quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Doncic passes to Brown. And Bogdanovic kicks to Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 7th in scoring, 7th in assists, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. And that one misses. To the paint. Now here's Middleton. Not a lot of room. Pass to Hield. Now here's Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Murray. It's hauled in by Bates-Diop. Minnesota leading by 18. Here's Doncic. That one goes. Count it. Doncic has got 14 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Sacramento, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They have a 19-point lead. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Bates-Diop, and he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now here's Murray. 8 points for him. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 3rd assist on the night. Timberwolves leading by 18.
struggling to contain them.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Sacramento. Down low.
Score.
Doncic passes to Bates Diop. Outside Bogdanovich. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Bates Diop.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Bogdanovich passes to Bates Diop. Kicks to Doncic. Over in the corner, Brown. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Back to Murray. To the inside. Antetokounmpo. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Antetokounmpo's got 33 points. Minnesota leading by 14. And the Timberwolves call time.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Some changes for Sacramento. He's checked in for Jokic. Bagley comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Young is subbed in for Murray. Walker's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here's Saric. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And the shot is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
Well, that's some good there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Young against Walker. Young dishes to Middleton. Pass to Bol. Shot clock at 6. Hield against Bogdanovich. Hield can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Back to Walker. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Wasted no time on that one. 6 Young.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
The Kings trail by 14. Here's Bol. Here's Hield. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Hield's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, for guards who are young players in the NBA, finishing around the rim is always a focus at this level. Nice job by Hield there.
Now, here's Doncic. 16 points for him. Back to Brown. And Bogdanovich kicks to Doncic. Brown, good. 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Middleton on the wing. Bol, the pass to Middleton. Over Bogdanovich. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket for Middleton.
See how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
Doncic passes to Brown, and it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in, but defense, fantastic how they contested it.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Sacramento, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
2 shots.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both. Middleton against Walker. The pass to Doncic. Over Young. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
And right there, Young may never have the physical tools to be a great defender, but his competitiveness overrides it.
And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Timberwolves leading by 10. Hield is out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's B, and it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Middleton in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Passes it to Doncic. And it's Saric. That time on the assist by Doncic. 8 points for Dario Saric.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Hield. Back to Murray. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's not a bad heads-up play there for Murray. Easily going into the contact and earning the whistle.
Jamal Murray. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Murray. And he makes both free throws. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Doncic. The pass to Bogdanovich. Down low. Fade away. And again, it's Minnesota.
Got to have good court awareness, and it was on display right there from Bogdanovich.
The Kings trail by 14. On the wing, Hield. Shoots from 14. And good. That thing time as it falls. Murray's got 4 this quarter.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
Down low. Here's Brown, and he lays it straight in.
And to give a ton of credit to the screener there, that was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Murray outside. To the left wing. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Goal, that's good.
Their 3-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Okogie, he's covered by Murray. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Okogie. And it's Brown missing.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can.
Hield can't hit. Timberwolves leading by 11. Outside Bogdanovich. On kicks to Doncic. Here's Bogdanovich. Traps in the tray.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Jokic. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jokic has got 19 points.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Here's Doncic. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Now, here's Jokic. Murray, good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft.
Timberwolves leading by 14. Inside, here's Doncic. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Now here's Hield. Murray for 3. Again, the miss by Murray.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just got bigger.
Yep, that one goes in there. Saric has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, you love the fearless, aggressive attitude. Doesn't let size matter.
Well, he also has that innate ability to just create enough separation. That's a nice move.
Here's Jokic. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 5. Murray the pass to Bol. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. That's 12 points for B.
Well, that's just sweet passing there for Murray, keeping his eyes open and finding the open man.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Some changes for Sacramento. Bagley, he's checked in for Jokic. Giannis is in for Chris Middleton. Young is subbed in for Jamal Murray. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Brown. Hassan Whiteside comes in for Saric. Easy Breezy's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Walker's subbed in for Doncic. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that break, Minnesota's coach had some words for his team. He told them, put your foot on the neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there. Use the clock and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Here's Hield after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Okogie covered by Hield. Kicks it to Towns. Pass to Easy Breezy. Back to Towns. Okogie. And Bol pulls it down. Bol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And to Kumbo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
I wonder if Antetokounmpo is Greek for lightning. He did there on the penetration.
At the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Easy breezy passes to Whiteside. And here's Walker outside. But they'll get another chance. Whiteside, no good. The Kings trail by 15. Young in the corner. He kicks it to Bagley. Pass to Hield. Puts it up from 12. And the shot goes down.
Well, he's a good shooter from the mid-range. Hield had some breathing room, took a deep breath, and fired.
Okogie covered by Hield. That's tipped. It's stolen by Bagley. To the inside. Bull, that's good. Bull's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Walker against Young. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
Hield can't hit. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 11-point game. Got that bucket in no time at all.
You can blame some poor defense on that play. Just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
Here's Young following the three by Minnesota. Out left to the wing. Here's Bagley. The kick out to Young. Just 4 to shoot. Over Walker. Not enough on that one as it misses. Timberwolves leading by 14. Inside, Okogie. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it to Bagley. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he gets it back.
And it's the fearlessness of Bagley that earns him these calls. Plays with such ferocity.
At the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him.
And one of the youngest rookies when he came into the NBA, Bagley reclassified in high school so he could get to college a year early.
Jokic has checked in for Sacramento. Chris Middleton comes in for Hield. Doncic is checked in for Minnesota. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Timberwolves leading by 15. Walker in the corner. Back to Towns. Now here's Doncic, defended by Middleton. Bangs home the trifecta. That's 7 points for Easy Breezy.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Here's Young. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And, of course, all the comparisons to Steph Curry. Young just trying to be the best version of himself. And we've already seen the upside.
And so Young nails them both. So it's the Timberwolves now. 16-point lead. Walker against Young. Outside, Walker over Young. Walker's shot is off.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Here's Easy Breezy. And the pass to Walker. Five on the clock. 11 feet away. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Timberwolves lead by 18. Timeout called by the Kings. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Antetokounmpo kicks to Young. Pass to Bagley. Now, here's Jokic, defended by Towns. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Minnesota. It's an 18-point game. Pass to Easy Breezy. Towns up top. Jokic defending. Towns kicks to Whiteside. Shot clock at 5. It's blocked.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Karl Anthony Towns.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Shooting one.
.44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Tipped away. Here's Easy Breezy. Doncic with it. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep. Great D that time for Middleton.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
Yeah, we've seen him make this shot work, but they can do better.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.